a real review of the Tennents Scottish Lager Tour. So when you think of Scotland, you usually think of things like beautiful Highland countryside, traditional Scottish tartan. It's a place steeped in rich history with castles, lochs and glens, and is also even the birthplace of the great innovator Alexander Graham Bell, who invented the telephone. But if you do look at it through some slightly different glasses, it's also famous for things like iron brew, battered Mars bars, and where getting absolutely fucked out your face is a national pastime. So Tennent's Scottish Lager is only second to iron brew as the biggest selling drink in Scotland, and it dominates the alcohol sales here, with over half the pints poured in Scotland being Tennent's. But when you cross the border in England, you'd only find a can of this right at the back of some dodgy newsagent's fridge, and most English people would even go as far as to choose Carling over this, which alone should be an arrestable offence. So what does make this Scottish delicacy so popular up here? So their famous brewery is located in the heart of Glasgow, where you can book on for an hour-and-a-half tour for 21 quid. It's been on this site since 1885 and is believed to be the world's first commercial draft lager, canned lager and barreled lager, and in the mid-19th century became the biggest exporter of beer in the world. It was pretty interesting walking around looking at what goes on here and the type of different jobs it takes to run a place like this. Like one job where people get to drink this every day and have finely tuned their taste buds to make sure that this hits all the different flavours that it needs to. And just listening to the tour guide, you can sense the Scottish pride and passion in this place. So how does this one rate on the pounds to pleasure scale? For pounds, 21 quid for an hour-and-a-half tour felt like a bargain, and you can also add on a 6 quid ticket to try some different beers in the bar at the end, where one of them's this famous pint of unpasteurised Tennents. This is the only place they can serve it like this, as it's fresh out the factory. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really know what pasteurised and unpasteurised does to beer, but fuck me, it tasted like someone had just crawled in my body and removed every mistake that I'd ever made. None of that artisan IPA bollocks, just pure cold crisp competence straight in my mouth. So all of that for 27 quid, I'm gonna give it a 9. And for pleasure, it's a good tour, interesting, and you do end up getting a bit pissed in the end. What's not to like? So for that, I'm going to give it an 8.5. I did stumble out of here a little bit lightheaded and ended up taking a few feral shortcuts that no sober human would ever consider, desperately trying to avoid eye contact and hopefully a mild beating from the Glasgow locals. See you next time.